Donnie and Dolly, the team is supported by ableauctions.ca. Closing your business? We can help.
Donnie and Dolly presented by Able Auctions. November 5th and 6th. Keep the music going, please. November 5th and 6th, Able Auctions will sell a large inventory of restaurant equipment and industrial equipment. Everything from a Concordia commercial espresso machine to 40-foot sea containers and portable washrooms, all sold to the highest bidder. Eric Clapton's going to be in on it.
Oh, yeah, right.
These items and a lot more, all sold to the highest bidder. November 5 and 6, just around the corner. For full info, go to ableauctions.ca. That's ableauctions.ca. Last time we had Paul Dolan on, he was in an all-white room.
Yeah.
No background whatsoever. There were walls there, white walls. Let's see what's happening now. Paul Dolan joins us after a 1-1 draw down in L.A. between the Whitecaps and the LAFC.
So good.
What happened to the background there, Paul?
I was released. The hostages let me go, and back in my working office.
Good to hear. I hope you came away unscathed. Whitecaps 1-1. LAFC coming back to earn the draw. So now the Caps can clinch a playoff spot on decision day, Sunday at BC Place against Seattle. But first, Paul, your takeaway from last night.
Well, anytime you can get a lead on one of the best teams in the league, and I say that LAFC is out of the playoffs. It's in the positioning right now, but they're a team that has underperformed based on the chances they've created. So I still consider them one of the best teams in the league. They still have a lot of firepower. Carlos Vela still comes off the bench. But anytime you can get a lead in a place like that, silence the crowd, and then hold on for a draw like they did earlier in the year when they're up 2-0 and drew 2-2, it still goes down as a good point. In fact, when I looked at the final standings for the Whitecaps away from home this year, in a year where they were away from home for half their home games as well, just 2 wins, but only 5 losses and 10 draws. And I know draws don't necessarily get you into the playoffs, but away from home, if you can draw and then win your home games, which Whitecaps have been doing, 7-1 since they returned to BC Place with Vanni Sartini. And then you put yourself in a position, as they are right now, to go down to the final day. Who'd have ever thought that we'd be saying on the last day of the season, after the start in the midway point of the season when the Whitecaps have lost 5 in a row, that they'd have that chance. So you take that point for sure. It keeps you right in that mix, not only to just sneak into the playoffs, but there's still that outside chance of even possibly getting a home date.
Christian Dahomey with the lone Caps tally. So much talk about Gold and White these days, but what does Dahomey do well?
I'm glad you bring him up because we were asked to pick our 4 players who should be considered for the MVP this year. And for me, he's among those 4, for sure. In fact, I could argue, and I would argue, that he could be the number 1 pick, even above Ryan Gauld. He's not a better player than Ryan Gauld, and the impression and what Ryan Gauld has done since he's been here to lift the entire team and get them into this position, you can't deny that. And then when you look at Maxime Crépeau and what he did last night and throughout the entire season, how do you not pick him as the MVP? But Christian Dahomey consistently gives you the best effort of any Whitecap every game, no matter where you play him. He's playing as a forward now. He's played as a wingback. He's played as a winger. He's played deep as a wingback as well, almost as a last defender for the center backs. And every time he's on the field, he has an impact, whether he's helping out getting back defensively or whether he's scoring goals. He's in double digits now, scores a huge goal last night. And I just love everything about what he brings to the team. And I think that you have to talk about him in that conversation of the best players in the Whitecaps this year.
Paul, 2 goalies last night were incredible. Demko and Crépeau, the Whitecaps were outshot 25-5. Season high 10 saves. How good was he last night?
Fantastic. And I saw the Demko series as well. That was brilliant. Loved it. Hey, help me out. Help me out.
Exactly.
He's not having a luck. But Maxime Crépeau is – talk about consistency. And every game I feel like I'm boring the viewers by saying the same thing about him, is that he's calm. He's got the best hands in the league. And that's not even It's not even a question. Everything that comes to him, he sucks in, whether it's a cross, in traffic, or saves that he needs to make. It's an anomaly when one gets away from him, as it did last night, and then LAFC missed the empty net. But even that, he was at full stretch. But I think most importantly is he makes the huge save at a key time of the game when you need it most. And there was a big save on Christian Arango, near post, really quick off the foot, that was going in, that I think, was the save. I say that because, as you said there, Rick, there's 10 saves on the night, which is a lot in a soccer game.
Absolutely.
He set the record in San Jose a couple of years ago with 16.
Yeah.
So it shows you that 10 is a good mark. And 3 or 4 were of super high quality. A kick save that he made later in the second half as well. But that Arango save kind of sums it up for me. At a critical time when your team needs it, you're under a bit of pressure. And LAFC is always flying with all sorts of different players coming at you. He was able to stop that one. And he's done that all year long.
Paul, look ahead to Seattle. Sunday, a victory or a tie. They're in the playoffs for the first time since 2017. Seattle's best in the West, but they're winless in 5. They got a couple of guys coming back for Sunday. Set that one up. That's the game of the year.
That's the game of the year. You coming down, Rick?
If this guy gives me a ride, I'll be there, yeah.
You sound reluctant. I haven't seen you at the ballpark in a while.
I'll get there. Don't worry, Paul. I'll get there.
This is the one to come to. And from what I've heard, the ticket sales have been very good.
Yes.
Truthfully, I would like to see more than what we saw the last couple of games in terms of the attendance. I understand, there's a little reluctance still, of course, with everything that's going on. But the players on the field get spurred on by that. And in the moment here, you've heard the players like Ryan Gauld, you've seen the stand by me at the end of the games where they've been so good at home and the crowd gets behind them. A huge number there would really help spur this team on. And I think they deserve it. The way that they've played, the way that they've fought for the coach, and the way that they fought for each other. But they're playing a really good team in the Sounders. And even though the Sounders record as of late hasn't been great, they've just reintroduced back into their team Jordan Morris, who's come off an ACL, Nico Ladero, who's been their very outstanding over the years, creative number 10 player, midfield player. He's back from injury. And it's a team that always seems to get the motor going as they come into the playoffs. Of course, they're the defending champions, the Sounders. And every time the Whitecaps play them, they have a tough time. The last game was 4-1 down in Seattle, even missing some of their best players. So the Whitecaps are rounding into shape now. They've got, a few days to get ready for it. They've got a healthy 11. It looks like Vanni Sartini has solidified his best 11. And I think they've got a really good shot, especially if they get that home support and play the way that they've been playing at home since they returned to BC Place.
Okay, we missed the White Room, but you did a great job, Paul. We appreciate that.
We'll find another spot next time.
Beige doesn't cut it for me.
Nice shirt. I like purple.
I've seen that, Dolly. Looking good.
Yeah, Donny Osmond, he was so good. But anyways,
what?
Donny Osmond, he wore purple a lot.
He liked purple a lot.
Yeah, Paul knows that. Dolan and I went to school together. We know what purple's at.
Right.
It's actually maroon, but that's all right.
It's close enough.
It looks purple from where we're looking.
Yeah, it looks purple from here, Paul.
And a lot of people have compared Paul to Donny Osmond, just so you know.
Hey, I'll take that.
No kidding.
Yeah, exactly. Donny was
Puppy
good.
love.
Yeah. Osmond was good.
Very good, puppy love. All right, right back at you, Paul. Thanks for this. Appreciate it.
Take care, guys. All right.
Okay, let's get serious, too. I want to update people on the sexual abuse scandal, the situation with the Whitecaps. Former Whitecaps women's coach Hubert Busby Jr. has been suspended from his job in Jamaica. He's gone from Canada to Jamaica. This following allegations. He tried to force a former women's Whitecaps player into sex while coaching the Whitecaps women's side. Dating back to 2010, 2011, the Jamaica Football Federation has written to FIFA asking for a full investigation. You hope all stories like this end up the way they should.
Yeah,
okay.
And the Caps are doing their internal investigation, and you hope they do a good job and act accordingly.
Well, it's what we talked about with Kyle Beach. You have, as a parent, you have a kid, and no matter how old they are, they're not a kid anymore. You put your kid, you yourself go into a situation where you want to be You want to improve yourself as a player, maybe make a living, but you want to be safe.
Yeah.
And these stories, coming to light, you hope something positive can come out of it. But right now, he is out of a job until this thing gets this whole situation gets worked out. So Whitecaps, again, a tough turn. Whitecaps, and Paul just talked about it. I can't imagine what that atmosphere is going to be like Sunday at BC Place. And I realize that a lot of people might be hesitant, but that might be, well, when you think about it, since COVID, that might be the biggest game in terms of importance that there's been since people got.
I think so.
Got back into BC Place, into Rogers Arena, all of that.